How to brainstorm more effectively. Yeah, I have a few questions. Why do birds fly? What do their feathers do? Why do they slow down right before they land? Things that Leonardo da Vinci would ask in his journal when he brainstormed. This video is going to be on how to brainstorm more effectively. These are my journals. One of the biggest things I use my journals for is brainstorming. And brainstorming is a technique I learned about 15 years ago when I was studying the life of Leonardo da Vinci. This book right here is the notebooks, the writings, the journals of Leonardo da Vinci. So these are my 5 tips on how to brainstorm more effectively. My first tip to you is this: always keep a journal. Keep a journal with you. You saw my journals. Always keep a journal and just write down your ideas in the journals. How many of you have ever had a brilliant idea?
Oh my God, this is a great idea. It's gonna change the world. I'm gonna make $1 million.
And you didn't write it down, you didn't take note of it, and then boom, it's gone forever.
Oh my God, I forgot my idea.
So Leonardo da Vinci would carry around a journal with him all the time. And when he had an idea or a thought, he would jot it down. Modern technology, you want to type it into your cell phone. But somehow take note of it. Tip number 2. Now this is big. This is maybe the biggest tip I have of all 5. And it's the art of asking questions. It's been said, ways to activate your subconscious mind is a pressing problem. In other words, you've got to come up with a solution. Proverb says, necessity is the mother of invention. Another thing that will stimulate your subconscious mind is clearly defined goals. And finally, the third one, and this is your tip for brainstorming here, well-worded questions. Leonardo da Vinci would keep these journals, and in it he would write, why do birds fly? Why do they slow down right before they land? What do their feathers do? He would not worry about the answers, but he would close the book, set it down, and go throughout his day. And then when he was least expecting it, boom, the answer would pop in his brain because his subconscious mind was working on the questions. Has it ever happened to you where you are trying to solve a problem, you can't think of it, so you decide to go to a baseball game or take a shower and just relax, and in the middle of your shower, you're like, I've got it! It came to you. The answer came to you when you were relaxed. Your subconscious mind was working on the problem. Da Vinci would do is he would write down well-worded questions. Well-worded questions are great brainstorming tools. Now, how do you do this? Get a journal and don't worry about the answers. There are no judgments here. Just write. In this magazine, the Harvard Business Review, Hal Gregerson suggests that you get study groups or brainstorming groups. And you get a group of 5 people or so and you got 4 minutes. And the rules are you can't make a statement. You can only have questions.
Okay, I have a question.
And if somebody asks a question to write on the brainstorming journal or board and somebody else in the group answers it,
I have an answer for that question.
you don't allow that person to answer it. You keep moving. Only questions are allowed. He recommends you do it for 4 minutes and you try to come up with at least 15 questions. He writes in here descriptive questions. What's working? What's not working? Why is it working? He writes, it's best to include 2 or 3 people who have no experience with the problem and whose cognitive style or worldview is starkly different from yours.
Hey, I'll participate. I have no idea what you're talking about.
They will come up with surprising, compelling questions that you would not because they have no practiced ways of thinking about the problem and no investment in the status quo. You know, when we're little kids, we're always asking our mom, why?
Well, kids can't have coffee. Why?
Because coffee is for big people.
Why?
Because little kids can't drink it. It makes you too hyper.
Why make me too hyper? Give me a little bit.
No.
Why?
Yeah, but then somewhere, maybe around the ages of 11 or 12 years old, we stop asking so many questions. And that's really, really sad. Be more like a child when you're brainstorming. Ask questions and don't worry about the answers. When you switch your mind from trying to brainstorm answers to trying to brainstorm questions, you're gonna find it's more freeing because you don't have to be so smart. You just have to write out questions. My third tip for brainstorming is no judgments. Have no judgments. Don't think, that's a stupid question, we're not going to use it. Have no judgments. Write it down and then go back later and you'll answer the questions, you'll sort through it and you'll prioritize which direction you want to go. Tip number 4, it's called the pessimist optimist strategy. Imagine there is a pessimist and there is an optimist and they are going back and forth discussing the problem. The problem may be, how do you get more oxygen into the atmosphere? The pessimist says, we can't get more oxygen into the atmosphere, we're just people. He poses a negative question. Then take the optimist point of view. What are you talking about? We could always plant more trees. Then he says, we can't plant more trees, we don't even have any seeds. We can get seeds anywhere, we can get them here and here and here. Well, even if you do plant more trees, the problem's with the ocean anyways. Well, we can clean up the ocean by doing X, Y, and Z. So this is another strategy, taking a pessimist and an optimist point of view, kind of arguing with yourself. I did an experiment once on Facebook. I typed, I will argue with you today about anything. They would say, the world is round. And then I would, no, it's flat. And I took the position that the world was flat, and I argued about that. And then somebody else would say, gravity is not real. And then I would take the position that it is real. Whatever they said, I would argue against them. And it went on all day. It was one of my most popular Facebook posts, but it was a great brainstorming session because in a sense, we had one point of view and I took the other point of view and I argued it. It was a great exercise in creativity and brainstorming, really. And my fifth and final tip on better brainstorming is, here's a technique. If you have a problem and you just can't get past it, you've tried the question method, you've tried the pessimist and optimist method. Let's say you're trying to write a story and you just can't think of any ideas for this story. Pick an object that is unrelated to your problem, something that has nothing to do with your problem. Maybe it is your dog. So focus on this other object that has nothing to do with your problem. And then you think, I'm gonna write and describe my dog. Cute, cuddly, soft, smart, playful, white and brown, likes to jump, likes to run, loves the water. And you just describe your dog. Knows how to sit, knows how to roll over. And then you make this long list describing your dog. Then look at that list and see if you can apply any of those words to your topic or to your subject. And you'll be amazed at how that kind of jumpstarts your imagination on how you can apply that to that. In conclusion, you have the answers. The answers are in your brain. You just have to figure out a way to get them out of your brain and solve the problem. So get yourself a journal, write out questions, have no biases. There's no such thing as a bad question or a bad idea. And then maybe you want to try the ideas of pessimist and optimist or picking another object. So guys, I hope you have better brainstorming. If you like this video, I do appreciate the thumbs up. Down below in the description, I'll give some more details on brainstorming. And of course, I have a course. It's called Black Belt Memory. It teaches you how to memorize names and numbers, give speeches without notes, memorize chapters of books. I'll put a link to that in the description. You can click the link and get a free gift from me there on how to memorize. You know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna go brainstorm on topics for new YouTube videos. Comment down below, tell me what you do to brainstorm. Let me know which one of these was your favorite idea, and I'll see you on the next video.